All right, so this will probably be my wrap-up thing for the week, and then I'll just update you later with how it's all going. And I was thinking of writing an email so we could exchange some thoughts, but I know you're busy with your life, especially moving. Okay, but really fast. So the core vertical got out, and so there's never a volatility issue with this trade. So just very fast, the idea of this trade. Let's see. Sorry. Right. You put the trade on. I mean, I don't remember where it was exactly, but it was around here. I could go look, but I happen to know it was just around here when you put the trade on. But it was, that was a week ago, so this line was down here. And if I hadn't done anything, I just would have made all the money, right? I would have made $240. But you can't know that, so you don't want to. So, obviously, I could have just traded it and made the money. And that's that. But, it's too risky. So, I told myself 3235. When it gets up to there, put one of these on. So I did that. And then it kept running. And that wasn't the entire plan. That was just, and then depending on if it went farther, I'd have to put another one on because, it goes down here. So when I got up to 3261, I put a second one on. And the reason I did that was because that was far enough that I said, well, that's a nice long run. So I can make, now I'm way up here. And I can make it, I can just, if the market goes backward, I can get out. Either in stages or not, depending on what the movement's doing. And since this is so instant, and the way it hedges is so exact, it's like a scalpel. It's pretty easy. So you just so then it went back down to 3240, and I got a 1, and now I was over here, and then it went back up to 3260, and I had again and again. But when I did that, that was combined with me rolling it out to give me room. Okay, so rolling out and adding one more contract. So then I just fooled around, and then obviously it moved around a lot, and when it finally I got out when it came down out of one when it came down to here, out of another one when it came down to there, 3250 I got out of one, 3245 I got out of another, and then it was like $60. Now it was last night, and then I was like, okay, if it runs up again overnight, I would get in again up here and have to roll it out again maybe for next week. But it didn't, it just fell. And so when it fell, morning it opened, and I got out. So easy trade, really. I mean, it was never really in any much danger. So that worked. Okay, I had to get my thoughts together to explain this one. Okay, this trade is the bearish one. When you get in the trade, which I'll have to do again tonight in a minute, you are only in this. And the idea is you do that right before the close. If the market falls over the weekend, you just make money and everything's great. If it doesn't, you get into one MES hedge as early as you can, as low as you can, because there's so much credit down here. So this falls or whatever, and then, or doesn't fall at all, it falls a little or whatever. You want to get in as early as you can, because that will make, by the time this the lower down you can go, the more this will come up. So, but it'll never, because there's so much credit, it will never be perfect. So I got into one down there, and then but then I'm down, I'm way down. You can see I'm 32. It's kind of just coincidence, but 3217 and 3218 is where I'm at now. But when I got into this a week ago, the market was about where it is now. So you can see I was like, well, I'm not going to get into another one unless it goes up a bit more. So it went up to 325. It went up here. When I started going up here, I got into a second one. Now the this was higher up because of the volatility, but so it was showing that I wasn't going to get hurt very much for several days, and it was true at that time. I mean, here it's not even that much. It's still not. It's only six. It's only I could get out right now. If I hadn't done anything else, I could get out right now at $36 or whatever, if it went up here. And so the volatility is getting crushed. But what I realized is the reason it's getting crushed is because we're putting it on so early. So put on more, like say diagonals or whatever, late. So on Wednesday when the market was up around here, you know, it was close. It wasn't. It was around here or whatever. I put on these, and they're only 11 cents, but I put on 7 of them. But the volatility was already really gone. So I didn't think this would drop by Friday. Not much. So I did it like that. And then when this was up here, when this came back down to 3225, which was, you know, around in this area, when it came back around there, I got out of this because I was, you know, it was when I was up here, I was like, hey, fine, just make, you know, you can tell the delta was flat around here, just stay up here and make the money. But if it fell, I got out, and here we are. So there's really no reason to stay in this anymore. I don't think. I mean, it could theoretically go up to here, 220. Well, maybe I will. But anyway, whatever I do, I'll play this out and then I'll just update you. But this will be a winner. So I mean, if it gets down to here, if it gets down to here really fast and it hasn't crept up and I haven't made any money, I'll just get out at $80 or over here, or I'll just. But this should go up relatively fast now because this is the last day. So we'll see. But anyway, it's going to be a winner of some kind. This one is really kind of easy to. It's so easy to control this with the futures. Now, it's too expensive though. I mean, it's very safe actually, but it's too expensive. So I'm gonna do this with the SPY next week to make it cheaper. But because I'm using 2 contracts and you know, now I'm doing one to hedge it, you know, just ever so slightly to keep this going up. It's simple and they fill instantly when you do this. So there's no real danger in this trade. It's easy to make money, but you gotta put a lot of margin in there. So anyway, you can hedge it. So if you fall asleep or something, if it falls, you're not gonna lose because it's easy to hedge it. It's easy to keep it in there with market orders to keep yourself safe. But I still don't want to go into the gate putting, you know, 20 grand into an account just for this trade. I can do a lot less with the SPY, so I'm gonna do that next week. But there's gonna be a winner. It's probably, you know, it could be as much as $400, but I'm gonna needle it on the way up. So see if if it starts running off the edge, then I'm gonna get out. Okay, so there's that. And then my Ryan trades are just not working out. I think I'm just going to do one standard Ryan-esque trade next week, not even put it on for real, paper trade it, and take your trade. Here's your trade. You made another 40. You made another $40 if you didn't get out, or $60 or something like that. But there's some luck in there because it ran up against you. If it hadn't fallen, you would have lost because you never made that 34 cents. So, but please let me know your trade. And then the flat delta, I got a little hammered. I mean, it's no big deal. This is how this trade works. But I could have taken the money when I was in $80 in profit, but I don't have it figured out what profit I want. And $80 in profit was like 8% in one day, 2 days, or whatever it was. So, you know, maybe I should have done that. But I didn't. So that's fine. So I had to roll it because this was down to $5 from 10, and what happens is it gets there's not very much credit left, and you need to keep the credit in here. So now I gotta say this flat delta one I'm doing a little bit more aggressively. Usually I do it with longer days to expiration, but I'm trying to see if I can turn it over more quickly. So if this doesn't end up working out, I'm gonna have to use longer expirations. This is like 30 days. I started with 30 days or whatever. So let's just see how this plays out, but I might end up going longer. And I think that's it. I already closed out the other vertical bear and got into a new one. But this will be for next time. But and then this experiment too. Yeah, look at that. The puts, it's way below. I don't know. The market fell, right? Market fell today. So this doesn't work. This thing, like we were saying, we thought it would raise up, but look, it doesn't. The market is falling. It felt hard, and this does not work. So that's not a good idea. So that experiment failed. So that sucks. Okay. I'm wondering if you have to have more days to expiration on Ryan's thing. But I think I might have found that way. Like you get into the ones later. You get into ones if you want to save it, the volatility. You get into ones the day before you get out, 2 days before you get out, instead of 5 or 7 days before you get out. So that's my idea. Okay, so I'm gonna update everything. I had to roll this one in what's it called? Tastyworks. You got to do it a different way. They don't let you do normal. Like they force you to roll strikes instead of like in Thinkorswim. You can just put on one position, and then you can just build any position you want and simultaneously get out of the one that you're in and get into a new one. They're very finicky at Tastyworks, and they make you do it a very certain way. Like you have to like roll the strikes in the same, even though it was all the same expiration. It shouldn't have mattered. I wanted to put on one order with four legs that got me out of two, got me into two. Thinkorswim would have done it in a heartbeat, but Tastyworks is a pain in the butt about it. But whatever. I mean, it's fine. I want to have a different platform at least. Don't be completely dependent on one platform. But this is so far. This one's gonna be where the bearish one's gonna be a profit of something, 100 or so, and this one's could be 300 more or something, maybe 200, whatever. So this week. And this delta that flat delta I should have said that's next week. It's not even this week's anyway. And that vertical bear, that's next week's too. Right now, but so that's I just got in today. So that's like the vertical bear one is already it's down $30, and the flat delta is down $81 as of right this moment. But so I put what did I put? So at the moment, I mean it's changing all the time, but it's 81, and this one's down 30. But this is not even for this week. This is down 30. So if I'm right, if I'm in 100 here and 200 here for this week, I'm up $925 on these trades so far, and probably be better. So that's like really that's good, man. I mean, do that all the time, and that's like $4,000, $5,000 a month just doing this, and it's pretty easy. So, but anyway, that's not 100 yet. That's not done yet, and that's not done yet. Okay, so I'll finish this off and get trades ready for next week.